Hey, what's up, everybody? I am the DeFi enthusiast. This is the Dow realist, and we are the Crypto Ronins. Welcome to our second podcast. How are you today, my brother? How's everything, man?
I'm good. I'm excellent. I'm excellent. How are you? Excellent. It's
I'm all,
always a pleasure.
I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. It's just been a crazy, crazy time in crypto at the moment. There's been a lot happening, right? And we have quite a bit of ground to cover, man. So tell me, man, how are you feeling about the markets right now? What's going on? What's been happening, man? This whole everything that's been going on at the moment with AI and AI tech stocks falling and everything in between. What's happening, man?
Madness is going on. It's going crazy. All right. We had a major disruption in the AI industry this week, and it's huge with China's Deepseek coming out, which has totally undercutted Chat GPT and other open AI's whole model and whatnot, and others as well. So it's come out with something that's more efficient, more powerful, more faster, and taking up less energy, less space, and cheaper for the end consumer. It's huge. It's a major disruption to the world of artificial intelligence, especially in regards to the average consumer's use. So it's really shocked and disrupted the international market for this. Yeah,
Absolutely, man. So yeah, I mean, what's really crazy to me is that you had all these companies like OpenAI, being at billions and billions of dollars of valuation, right? And they were talking about how much the level of computing power they would need, and the level of high advanced microchips they would need to really run their operations. And here, a bunch of guys, a team of 200 people decide to make uh, a product that is actually even better than Chat GPT, right? And basically to do it in a budget of just less than $6 million, isn't that insane? I mean, doesn't that really like completely um expose the overevaluation of the AI tech companies in the United States?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, for them to run these AI machine learning programs and stuff, it takes like millions and millions of dollars. I mean, I heard that OpenAI took like 500 million just to train their AI machine learning system, right? And DeepSeek did it in 1% of that. DeepSeek did it in like 5 million roughly. So 500 million to do it, and then 5 million on the other hand, it's a huge difference. But here's the interesting thing that DeepSeek did that's different from OpenAI, and that's they created an AI expert system. So there's different components in their AI system which are only activated once they're needed. So, for example, if you ask it a medicine related question, all of a sudden the AI that has to do that specifically fine tune to the medical industry will turn on and start giving you the answers. So it gives you more efficient, more specific, and more depth, right, than OpenAI's general approach, where the whole system is active all the time and trying to figure out, what it is that what is the response to whatever you're asking, right? So over here, what's interesting is that the whole system is not active all the time. They have different sectionings where they have different AI experts that only get active once the question, whatever is being, the prompt that's being asked of it, has to do with that AI specific expert section, if you will, right? So instead of having one guy trying to do everything, right, you have a team of guys that only get active once they're needed. So this results in much less computational power being used, making it way more efficient and also cost effective.
Right. So basically,
Yeah.
what you're trying to say, what you're really saying is they're basically running several different AI agents, basically for several different tasks, right?
Yeah, and it's just the structure, the way that their system is working is that they have the the areas that are being activated are only activated once they're needed. They're not active all the time, you know, based on whatever is being asked of it.
Right.
While in OpenAI, everything's active at all the time, you know? So this causes a big difference in the energy efficiency of the whole process.
That's really fascinating, man. Very, very fascinating. And I think they're definitely harnessing, the full benefit of the future, which is, as Mark Zuckerberg said, there will be hundreds and thousands of AI agents running different tasks, in the near future. And I think we're already starting to see the beginning of that. And I believe in correlation to crypto, that's also one of the largest, pieces of narrative in this upcoming bull run, right? AI agents, it's all people are really talking about. There's been just like we had DeFi summer back in the previous bull run, we we're right now having a crazy meme coin frenzy. We've already talked about it in the previous podcast, so we really don't want to get much into that. Basically, there's a lot of nonsense also happening in crypto at the moment as well, which makes no sense. But at the same time, when it comes to tech development, the tech development is on another level. I mean, the things that people are building, and I think we're going to be covering it today in today's podcast as well. But coming to this sort of thing, where they're able to do all this with such a little budget, actually viable AI-based crypto projects are actually very bullish, like for example, I saw in Telegram, Morphware. It's a project that, you and I are very bullish on, right? We really, really like Morphware. And I gave it, we gave it very early in our Patreon. People would have already almost, they would have done a 30, 40, 50x already from, if they had bought in from when we told them to buy it, right? And
Yep.
and Morphware, I mean, they're all about decentralized machine learning on the blockchain. So they're extremely bullish because they've already harnessed a way to do all this, in Paraguay, right? They're using hydropower. They're using for green energy that is being used in Bitcoin mining. They earn Bitcoin. They have so many GPU miners running that they can actually earn an entire Bitcoin with half the amount of cost of the energy, and they're putting they're doing buybacks of their token as well with the level of taxation that is being done on any sales, and plus the revenue that they're generating from Bitcoin. And the rest of that energy is being used to train AI models. So for them, what Deepseek has done is transformative, because they themselves are transforming networks with next gen AI solutions, and they're also going to be having their own AI agents. So this is like very, very bullish for projects like Morphware, and I would even say projects like Cubic. Morphware is basically working on the layer 3 solution. People are just talking about the layer 2 right now, but Morphware is like already developing the layer 3 of Web3. And I think that's really, really amazing, because people are so like they're overlooking this amazing project, with a based team. Base is a term where we say a team is solid, right? A solid team with
Yeah.
that is working on a real working product. They have an entire setup, guys. It's not even like something that's in the air. It's not even conceptual. They're actually doing it in real time at the moment. And yet people are sleeping on that. And look at some of their partnerships. They've got some great deep end partnerships too, and some great DeFi projects partnership. They've got a partnership with Teller. Remember how bullish I was on Teller in the last bull run? They have a partnership with Harmony, one of the biggest runners in the last bull run. They have with Pocket as well. And recently they got Kakarot, ZK EVM. Then they have GPU.net. So these are some very, very strategic and good partnerships, and they're building more real world partnerships in Web 2 as well, and in the real world. And because I'm in their Telegram, fun fact, Morpher are working with the they're working on a pilot project, okay, which is being worked upon with the government of Paraguay. But what's really fascinating about Morpher is that it's a US based company, bro. And it's working and it's functioning in Paraguay because of its cheap electricity there, and the way they're harnessing the energy in a green way, which is really good for the environment as well. And then earning Bitcoin and all that. The future is bright. They're gonna have enough space to actually start running the most advanced GPU miners. 16,000 more miners are going to be coming in. Will be able to be, they're going to be able to host that in their space. I mean, I am very bullish on this project personally, man. And I think things like DeepSeek have really made, the competition tougher. And I think that's where LARPs are going to fail and real projects like Morpher are going to win, because, once you have that sort of thing, right, where you're able
Yeah.
to, do something at a fraction, at a super fraction of the cost. OpenAI set billions and billions of dollars of valuation. DeepSeek, a few million, right? So that really shows that there is a space for people that don't have a lot of funding, that can actually do all sorts of things in AI development, even from their basic gaming GPU miners as well. And then for machine learning, this is very bullish. It brings more inclusivity, and it also brings a lot more competition. And that's where I think real projects earning real revenue in crypto, like Morpher, are going to win. What do you think about that, bro?
Yeah, exactly. I think Morpher is a phenomenal project, and this thing is going to do, I think, great numbers this bull run. And what's really fascinating is also the BTC, the Bitcoin mining aspect of Morpher. Morphware have actually set up Bitcoin mining facilities in Paraguay. So, and it comes with like 0% tax, type of situation. Paraguay is starting to step up, copying the model of El Salvador, and also wants to step up to becoming a, you know, crypto tax haven place, like sort of like Dubai of South America, right? So they've put in some really good incentives, and one of them is that they don't tax you for your crypto. And Morphware have done an excellent job of setting up a Bitcoin mining rig over there, which generates some tax-free Bitcoin, which then they can use to support their endeavors with Morphware. So that's a really good, solid backing and an excellent passive income idea as well. And furthermore, the made in USA part of Morphware is another positive bullish incentive because the Trump administration just announced that they want to set up a 0% crypto tax for anything that's made in the USA. So we have a new category called Made in the USA category of crypto, right? Trump's executive order for crypto. Not only is he promoting crypto, but he is also he banned CBDCs, which I really wasn't expecting him to do, but he did that, and that's amazing that he did that. By the way, that gives more freedom to the people, right? In my opinion. But yeah, so his executive orders and the ideas that he has for crypto. And by the way, by all means, I'm not a supporter. I'm politically neutral. Just letting you know, I'm just looking at what is good for crypto. And this administration has been the exact opposite to the previous administration, endorsing Bitcoin and trying to make the United States a place for crypto to thrive, which is opposite to what it was doing before, which was it was hindering all crypto projects and growth and the whole ecosystem. It wasn't crypto friendly at all. So now they've done a complete flip around, a complete 180, and they're completely pro crypto. So with Morphware, what's interesting is that they're getting the benefit of being Paraguay from Paraguay as well as a made in the USA cryptocurrency project, which I think is double bullish on them just from their foundational base. And with the partnerships that they're coming up with, they're growing very fast, very exponentially, and it's getting a lot of attraction. And I do see Morphware doing excellent, wonderful in this bull run. Yeah.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree, man. Because one thing that really, really fascinates me is how well they have been able to uh, I mean, like you said, I'm also neutral when it comes to politics. For me, I could, I'm not really, bothered with any administration. The thing is that as long as, they're bullish for crypto, they have my attention, right? Because that's really where we're focusing on, right? So, So when it really comes down to what it really comes down to is basically tell me about this executive order, man, because I've been hearing that they're also like just like yeah like I've been hearing that Trump is going to be removing the income tax as well, from for regular Americans, and is going to try to follow the Dubai model. Is there any truth to that as well? And from what I know, from what I've been hearing, and you can correct me on this, man, and maybe you can elaborate on this. Basically, the U.S. based crypto projects are gonna, be charged 0% tax in the United States. Am I correct on this?
Yeah, yes, you're right. Basically, the capital gains tax has been proposed to be brought down to 0%, right? So that people don't get taxed on exiting out from crypto, within the United States, and also this is a huge incentive and a huge stimulus for crypto projects and people to start their crypto startups over there in the United States instead of going abroad to do it, because basically everybody was going to Dubai to do that because Dubai had that 0% tax, right? So it was very, very crypto friendly, very innovative. They're setting up a 17-story crypto tower in Dubai. So Dubai has taken a huge leap, huge jump in these past 4 years, or the past, you can even say the past 10 years, right? Where other countries have fallen behind. Unfortunately, the United States has fallen behind. So Trump is trying to turn the whole situation around and trying to stimulate the whole industry and for it to be made in USA. This is basically what he wants, right? So it's totally completely different from how it was before. And one of his first actions was to kick out the SEC chairman that, I got no good words for him, but that guy, Gary Gensler, right? Okay,
I hate
who's
it,
been the
man.
pain in the back, in the neck for the crypto industry, always start doing some shenanigans every other day, right? For the anti-crypto policy he had, right? So it was wonderful to see him being kicked out, right? And there's another man called David Sachs who is being termed as the crypto czar, right? Being put in charge of crypto policy, and he's very pro crypto, and this is very bullish for the market as a whole, and in particular for the United States, in specifically, and also with having a 0% crypto gains tax, the idea of having also a um, reducing the income tax, for American citizens, which is huge, right? This is a huge change, has also been stated, right? But it hasn't been formally yet put into practice, or there hasn't been an order given for that yet. But we look forward to seeing that happen as well. That would even make the whole matter even more bullish, right? Because people will have extra income that they will have in order to put towards crypto and to stimulate the market further. So this executive order regarding crypto and to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. This is Trump's words, to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. Right? That is huge, right? And we may see a huge shift in things. And just as we've seen people making Bitcoin mining rigs and Bitcoin miners being set up in Dubai and in South America, Paraguay, or wherever, we may now see a future where they're actually setting themselves up in the United States. So that is also very, very interesting to look out for the future.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It is really, really interesting, man, because I really think that these type of changes, I think from an economic point of view, are really, really good for a lot of Americans and for a lot of businesses, and especially for crypto businesses, right? I mean, people have been struggling, like you said about Gary Gensler. I have nothing nice to say about that guy either. I mean, I really hate the guy, to be honest with you. So I think after that, it's a breath of fresh air to get these type of policies coming out. And I think people are just not bullish enough, man. And to be honest with you, I don't blame them either, because we saw all the madness with when Trump's administration launched their meme coin. A lot of liquidity got sucked out of good projects, man. A lot of good altcoins and things, and we saw a crash, kind of, right? And people are just they're losing hope now. But this is no time to lose hope. This is just time to be patient. If you have conviction in the projects that you hold, hold them. If you have more money, dollar cost average into those, right? Because this is no time to be bearish. It's time to be mega bullish. And like we discussed in our previous podcast, the attention towards utility-based projects will have to return in order for crypto to become, one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle in the in the changing dynamics of the world, plus the third industrial revolution, as we call it, right? So it's very important, man. And in order to do that, it's not going to happen through a dog coin, right? It's not going to happen through a frog coin. It's going to happen through through utility, right? Because if it starts happening through a dog coin and a frog coin, then the world has gone completely mad and insane, and it's completely out of our perception as to what will happen, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, it may not happen through a dog coin, but will it happen with a dog with hat coin? The hat makes all the difference, right?
Well, there's a cat with hat to challenge that as well, man.
Yeah, the thing is that what's happening is that because people like they got so black pilled, you know, and so negative, they just turn to like in their like last ditch desperate effort, they just turn to the meme. Everyone's turned to the meme category, right? And that's like become like pure gambling, and it's pure fundamentals. It's completely narrative media promotion, sort of social media promotion narrative approach. It's purely pumpamentals, right? So things that with when there's pumpamentals, there's also dumpamentals. So things are pumping up and dumping down really fast. And when it comes to a casino or any gambling type of situation, the majority of people lose. So that's just adding to their negative vibe or negative mindset. But when you come to utility coins, long-term solid fundamentals, long-term holds, it's a total different game. You can actually make a strategy and predict it's not by chance, right? So your whole worldview is gonna be different. It's gonna be positive. So I do advise people, you want to get into some memes, that's all right, but you people need to have a strong foundation in fundamental utility, fundamental coins that are actually gonna do something rather than all this, gambling scenario.
Yeah, and another thing is the problem is that see in the last bull run, right? It was a lot easier to make money with meme coins, but I think it's become also very, very difficult in many ways because um you know before there were like 10, 20 projects launching every minute, every 2, 3, 5 minutes, right? Now you have hundreds of projects launching almost, you know, every 50 seconds because of something called Pump Fund. I'm sure you've heard of Pump Fund, right? So Pump
Yeah,
Fund basically is a platform that literally allows you to create a meme coin on the Solana blockchain just with a click of a button, man. You don't even need to know how to code. You just need an image. You can write the description, right? And you've created a coin. And what that does is, that creates so many rug pulls, so many things that have no use case. I mean, meme coins in general never had a use case to begin with, right? Um, but now it's like on a whole other level. So the chances of you making money through meme coins has become significantly lesser than ever. So might as well, swallow the hard pill, be patient, and invest in something that is real utility based, because at least, you could, there are no guarantees in crypto, as I say, but at least you can be rest assured, you can be a little bit more calm, knowing that eventually money would flow back into that project if you've done your proper due diligence and research, and you have full conviction on that project. And that's where we come in. We give some of the best crypto projects, that I believe, because we sort out all sorts of stuff. We do our research, man. We go through thousands and hundreds of projects daily, man. And there are so many things that I ignore. And then there's some things that I'm like, you know what? This is interesting. And that's exactly what we do at Crypto Ronins, right? We give some of the best alpha on the planet, right? And
yeah,
and that's where we shine. Before the whole Gary Gensler crash, that's what I call it, because he when he announced that ETFs aren't coming, and then he launched them after a few hours, that caused a panic sell, and altcoins really suffered. But before that, altcoins were having a real rally. There was no meme coin nonsense. It was actually real utility based altcoins. They were the ones that were doing well. So, right now, if there's any dip right now, you have to realize that your Bitcoin dominance is at a pretty high level. So, nothing to worry about unless it goes back to like the 40% ranges. That's where you think about selling, that's where the sell-offs can start coming up. But until it starts going down from here, you have an altcoin rally coming for sure, because eventually this money is going to flow. And if you really want retailers to come in, I don't think every retailer is a gambler. And most retail are very, very skeptical to begin with, right? They're not, look, people who are obsessed with gambling, they're like, they're only in the tier one countries, I would say, or rather capitalistic countries like the United States. I mean, they have the money, they want to bet on
Yeah.
things, they enjoy doing that. They also are obsessed with shopping. So every country has a different psychology. Every country has a different psychology in terms of their population and their nations. You come to places like Asia, people like to bargain on things, people like to see what's the best price, people are careful with their spendings, they like to save more, they don't want to overspend, they don't want to waste, because they know the value of that, because they're not, because generally in Asia, right, people are not taking down thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of loan, right? They're not doing that. They're not living on credit, they're living on debit. So they're basically living on what they're earning or what they're investing in.
Yeah.
So for them, the game totally changes. They don't have the gambler's mindset, right? And that's like what, more than 80, I would say 70% of your population, for sure, that falls into that category. So that's the category that needs to come into crypto. And I don't think they're going to come into crypto looking at some coin by the president of the United States pumping like crazy. That's not good enough. That's great for marketing. Okay, cool, but that's not good enough. You need real utility projects to really, really flourish. And interestingly, though, if you remember, Trump actually sold, the Trump administration sold some of their coins, if I'm not mistaken, when it pumped, and they put that money into Ethereum. Ethereum is a utility-based project. All utility-based projects, majority of them are on Ethereum. So why has he bought so much of that Ethereum? Why would they do that if it's not going to do well? If alts are not going to do well, it has to happen. It's just a matter of time, right? What do you think
Yeah.
about
Yeah, I think that, yeah, people need to be patient and they need to know that eventually the money flow will come to the altcoin industry. And also, when it comes to Trump, what happened was that World Liberty Financial, which is their, you know, crypto company, which creates their crypto portfolio, added like about roughly 18 million or 20 million plus dollars to Ethereum. So the reason why they made their money off the meme market from the Trump coin, right? We got the president of the United States shilling coins, and also what you call it, a rug pulling apparently. So so um, they made their money from Trump, the Trump coin, right? And then what you call it, they then invested into Ethereum, which is the base for a lot of the action that's going to happen in the altcoin utility fundamental coins ecosystem, right? They didn't turn around and put that back into memes. You know what I'm saying? So I see the meme world as a casino, and the majority of people are going to lose. Some people make money, and then everybody will use that example. Oh, look at that guy put $100 in, and he made this much. Okay, it's possible, but what are the chances, right? Okay, 1%, 2, 5%. Whatever. There are some people who are good at gambling, who have that mindset, who are able to figure out a way to make money, but they're far and less in between the very few people, right? Majority of people just lose money when it comes to memes, or even if they do make money, they don't exit out in time. So the thing is that all these memes, you generally, with the meme people in memes in the meme category, it's just the money gets lost, you know. And a few hands, the people usually who are launching the project, they're the ones who take the money, and then they turn around and put it into real utility coins. So why don't people put it into those real utility coins in the first place? Yeah, what has happened is that the meme category distraction, has uh, slowed down or delayed the money flow into the altcoins, right? Even though money is starting to flow into altcoins, but it would be much more had this meme bonanza, category bonanza, not gambling, you know, uh, waste of time largely, not been there. You know, unfortunately, the meme category is taken over, so now everybody is just going into there, and they're missing out on the big, solid, fundamental long-term gains that they're going to get this year from the altcoins. But with time, eventually, that money flow and attention will come to the altcoins, and that's where the action is going to happen. And we're looking forward to that happening soon.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. I think there is an art actually to actually become, a really good earner from meme coins. I mean, but the process is very, very cumbersome, and you really need to be an expert at running. There are certain programs like BullX and other type of bots that can get in, get out for you right away. But there's another problem. Sometimes even that is not good enough because you really need to be sure as to what you're investing in. Is it really a rug pull or not? If you get in, get out it quickly, yeah, there might be a chance you might win, but you can also lose it all, right? And then it's you need to have tools that can track wallets of people that have already done that, so you kind of follow their trends. You kind of have to do, but doing research on meme coins is not easy. It's just pure luck, pure luck. But if you have the tools, to snipe it away at the right time, yeah, you might win. But yeah, it's just like a casino, man. It's not something that is viable, and it's not something that I would recommend anyone. And that's why we started our alpha group. We started our newsletter, because we wanted to give projects that can really do well. Like, and I've heard some complaints from people. Hey, you gave this project, it did a 25x, but it went down again. Dude, why didn't you sell? Like if it did a
exactly.
25x, that was your greed kicking in. I might have given a price valuation, right? That I think it can go there. But honestly, think about it. If you put $1,000 and need 25 extra money, that's a good $25,000. You might as well want to take profits unless you yourself have done the same research I have and you have as much conviction in something. You put in $2,000, you turn that into 50K or 100K. You better think about taking profits there, right? Unless you know something. Like for example, when I give price valuations, for most of the projects that I'm very, very bullish on, I actually know something that other people don't know, right? So because of what I analyze. But even then, I would say that that's not an excuse for you to not take profits. If you want to take profits, take the profits. If you've done a 5x, 10x, 20x, the chances of you getting 1,000x are way quicker if you actually start doing that, because then you can move from one place to another, right? But I get it. In these type of market conditions, finding the right type of coins has become very difficult because of all this meme frenzy. I honestly think platforms like pump.fund need to be banned because they're just creating really, really bad market practices, bro. Like, meme coins are fun, but then now they're just creating a space for genuine rug pulls. That's really what it is. It's a space for genuine rug pulls. Now, I'm not saying that every coin that was made on pump.fund was a rug pull, but majority of them are, right? And that's creating really bad market practices. And how are you going to get the majority of the retail if you're going to do that? So I really think these type of projects, where you can click, at the click of a button, you can create your token. I think these sort of things need to end because it's getting really, really stupid and ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's a distraction. And I think what's really funny is I think the elites are enjoying it. Did you see Larry Fink recently talking and laughing and thinking about investing in meme coins? Did you hear that?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, and also them getting in, sending some of their whales getting in on Pepe, remember, to mess around with that. So it's really, yeah. So they want people to come into the crypto market, but they want basically everybody to lose their money to them, but keep on coming in. So the meme casino has been actually useful for them, for because people get in, they put in their money, and then they lose it, they get dumped on. So yeah,
and another thing is what happens is because of that, a lot of people they actually sell their great utility tokens to get into these stupid pump and dump projects. They lose their money, right? That means no more buying. it decreases the price of a real utility coin project. And hence what happens in return is these guys get a better opportunity of accumulating those utility projects and Bitcoin and everything at a cheaper price. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. So they're laughing at you. They're making money off of you while you're losing your money trying to gamble. That's really what's happening.
Exactly. And you notice how the altcoins all decreased because of that when the Trump coin came out? And then there was a frenzy to get in, but it already had pumped and people got in late and they got dumped on. And then Barron came out, Melania, the whole family, what you call it, had coins named after them. And which got people started getting into those and getting dumped onto those. And so what happened is that all their money that they had, people sold their altcoins to get into. Majority of people lost their money. It would have been better if had they just held on in the long term and not lost their money in the meme category. So yeah, we're not very much positive about the meme category because the 9 out of 10 chances you have, 90% chance you have of losing your money rather than making money. And even if people do make money, then in the meme categories, they it's all pumpamental, so they think it's still going to pump, and then they it dumps. So that's the thing. So that's something to take into consideration. Get into long-term altcoin, proper fundamental coins is the way to go. And it gives you peace of mind. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I couldn't agree more, man. Moving on, do you want to talk about this, bro? We were still going to talk a little bit more about DeepSeek, right? I mean, look at the effect that it has had because of everything that has happened. I mean, check this out, bro. It's pretty crazy. Um, yeah, so look at this, man. BTC inflows after DeepSeek shock. What do you think about this?
Yeah. Other than BlackRock, nobody was pretty much, buying everything. No inflows or outflows. Everything was just like, um, yeah, everything would just stop for a second. Uh, BlackRock did buy some Bitcoin on the low there, you know. So when things dipped, BlackRock then took the opportunity to buy some BTC, and I think the others will also get in on the action, but nobody was selling. That's another important thing. Nobody was selling at all. Some people were buying, but nobody was selling, you know? So, yeah, so that's just interesting to see the situation. And, if BlackRock buys on the dip, then people should do so as well. It's not a bad indicator. In fact, even a better indicator is when MicroStrategy buys. Sometimes some people just mirror MicroStrategy, and whenever David Saylor, announces that MicroStrategy is going to buy some BTC, they buy some BTC as well.
Yeah,
Hold BTC for the long term.
you mean Michael Saylor, right? Michael Saylor.
Michael Saylor, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And speaking of DeepSeek, man, I yesterday I actually, was it yesterday or maybe day before? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. We gave a gem, and I think I want to reveal that to everybody here as well. And well, actually, I'm going to reveal two gems, that we gave on our Patreon. But if you want most of the Conviction Alpha guys, just join our Patreon. It's at a very reasonable price. We will be increasing our prices very soon, and we're going to be changing our tiers as well. So you might as well want to join now. Now is the time to join and lock in this price forever, because it's not going to be coming again. We're really going to be changing things up. We're amping things up, if you know what I mean. So after DeepSeek, my biggest gripe with DeepSeek is that it's a Chinese-based project, right? We all know that, right? And you know how China is very intrusive about your data and everything and your privacy, right? They are very, very intrusive. I think they're even way more intrusive than the United States, if I'm not mistaken. So I found something which can actually allow you to use DeepSeek's technology while being totally decentralized and privacy centric. You want to check it out, bro? This is really, really, really awesome. Yeah. So this is Venice AI. Check it out.
Nice.
Explore uncensored AI. Chat privately with AI. Ask Venice anything. Enter a prompt to help you research, brainstorm ideas, or write. Create stunning images. By the way, I did the experiment on creating images, and it's amazing. Like how realistic the realistic the results are. And type a description of your image and use the AI enhancement feature to improve your prompt. Analyze documents, leverage the latest models to summarize, analyze, and accelerate document review. And then ask Venice anything privately. brainstorm, summarize documents, research, write, edit, you name it. It can do all of it, man. And what's really amazing is that you can also create uncensored images. I mean, not that you have to, but you really have that ability to do whatever the hell you want. So this really promotes the end game of decentralization, and you being able to create whatever you want. Turn your creative thoughts into visuals instantly with leading AI image models, right? Look at some of these results, man. These are pretty cool, I would say. What do you think?
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Could this be the solution to both ChatGPT and DeepSeek? Could
I
Venice be the
Yes.
ultimate solution?
Yes, so
Looking like it.
you can actually run the DeepSeek models on Venice AI, bro. And so basically you can run
Wow,
the tech on it without being tracked,
fascinating.
without the data being tracked, without anything. And you can still run that tech on this as well. And not only that, write and debug code with AI, save time by generating code in seconds, upload your code file and ask Venice to debug it for you. Well, unlike other leading AI platforms, Venice provides a private and uncensored AI experience with your prompts and data only stored on your device. So, so there's a difference in price. $0 for this, 25 text prompts per day, 15 images prompts per day, eligible for points and private. In this $18 a month, you get all that as well, but you get 2 times the points, unlimited prompts, no image watermark, high resolution images, disable safe Venice mode, and it's really interesting because it can also do things better than Leonardo AI for images. It can do things way better than ChatGPT. I did some of the experiments on the free version, and it's really, really, really cool. And what's really awesome, man? When you tell it to do some research, it actually even labels all the citations where it got all those things from. And
Okay,
this
interesting.
is made by basically it's made by Eric Voorhees. He is the founder of Shapeshifter Exchange, which is a completely regulated exchange in the United States. This is another US based, made in USA project. They have a token, they have a pretty decent, I think only a 10 million circulating supply. And if this catches on, and there are already 400,000 registered users, so they're generating revenue. Again, like I've been talking about, projects that are generating real revenue in crypto are the ones that are going to survive, in the long run. So it's either $18 per month, or you can select yearly as well, and you get a discount on that. You know, and so, but that's like for $149. Um,
Yeah, that's pretty cheap, man.
yeah, that is way, way cheap. And the cool thing is you can pay with crypto. That's another beauty of it, right? Because it's basically a Web3 based project. And I call this
Nice.
the one stop solution for AI tools, and I call it the signal of AI. So you know how Signal is private, decentralized, your data is not going anywhere. Everything is being stored on your own device and your computer, right? Whichever device it is, right? So like for example, you open Signal on another device, your previous stuff, things that you've shared, images and stuff, they're not really going to be on that device. You know what I mean? It's going to be a completely fresh chat. So, whatever device you've been using, that's where everything is going to be. So, in that same manner, whatever ask Venice AI, anything, it doesn't go on their cloud, it stays on your device. So, you have complete control of your data. And I think that's one of the most important things. Data is the petrol, for the world. Data is the most important thing. Your
Yeah.
privacy is the most important thing. And I think the combination, how bullish I am on the privacy narrative. It's not going to take off right now, but I think in these upcoming few years, it's really going to be one of the most important things that people are going to be looking for is their sovereignty and privacy. And I think the combination of privacy meets AI is a very, very useful thing. What do you think about that, bro?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And so this resolves a number of issues. You know, it resolves the privacy issue. It can compete with DeepSeek and OpenAI in terms of its results and the quality, of what it's producing. So it's got the AI, connection as well. So the thing is that it's all these things in one. So this thing could, when this gains traction, the get some fundamentals in there, this thing can go up. In fact, it's already had a good market cap. It's already got like $250 million in its market cap when it has a 25 million supply, putting its current price at $10. But this could go up much higher Where do you see this going up in the future? What in terms of market cap and price?
Well, see, if we see the scenario, if this catches up to if this really catches on, right, with the right marketing, I think they have the right team, this being a US based project, and if this catches on, like Chat GPT, because it's a better working system, man. And its ability to integrate with Deepseek AI, the more it catches on, and if it really starts getting, millions of users on it, right? We could see it going to 3 or 4 figures, easily, easily.
That's huge for me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. From if it gets $100, that's a 10x. If it hits $1,000, that's 100x. You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it could be huge.
I did give a price point, but I don't think I'm really going to give it out here. You guys can join the Patreon, and see what I think about it because I'm bullish. It's all about marketing, man. The thing about crypto is you can have the greatest tech on the planet, but it's all about marketing. But I think these guys have the right thing going. They have the right team behind it. They have the right people behind it. So I really think it could hit 4 figures. It could even hit more than $1,000 if you ask me. Um, it has that potential.
Interesting.
It definitely has.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, to find out more, I would get a bit bigger breakdown. Anyone can join our Patreon and
Yeah.
read up about it as well as
Plus,
ask us questions.
plus, from what I know, if you're holding these tokens and you're staking them, right? I think you get a reward from, every time, somebody, I think people that buy, you get a benefit from that as well. So you're staking plus you're earning as well on your stake. So that's a very useful thing as well, because, this is a revenue generating product right here, and that's a very, very important thing to remember.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So
Yeah.
thing is, absolutely. So this is Venezuela could be quite something big, something definitely to look into. And we've written about it all in our Patreon. So that's something to
Yeah.
check out
Yeah.
as well.
And
And the future, this AI agents is big, even in the gaming space,
yeah.
where there's a gamification of AI agents where you can actually use AI agents to play within a video game. So it's quite interesting. You know, the applications are endless, really.
Oh yeah, talking about that, we'll get into that, man. I have a project for you regarding gaming and AI agents, but before I get into that, there's another one. This is a very high risk one, bro. And I gave it on the Patreon yesterday, so people that got in already made a little bit of profit, because we gave it at
All right.
around a 2 million market cap. Maybe it's gone down right now, but let's have a look. But it's still a very low market cap, right? And it went to 3 million when I checked last. So if anybody got in, when we gave it, they've already profited from it, right? But this one has potential, a ton of potential. Because check this out, man. So this is called Shaky OS, and basically
Shaky, shaky.
they're the world's first mobile AI agents development framework based on ELIZA from AI16Z. So you remember ELIZA, that AI agent that AI16Z built. AI16Z are a venture capital company that built their own AI agent, right?
Yeah.
And that was ELIZA, and that did very well. People made a lot of money from it. So it's based on that framework, but it's based on that. But this changes the game altogether because this allows you to create dApps, apps, run AI agents, right? AI based apps and whatever you want, all through, in the palm of your hands. You don't even have to use any fancy coding. You don't even have to use your computer. You can do all of this through this framework and run different AI agents through all sorts of different tasks and different models, right? And different things all through your mobile. So it's the first of its kind. So it's got that first movers advantage, as we call it, right? Now it's a matter of how well they develop it and how good the marketing is. Let's see. Let's have a look at the price again, man, if we can. Just a minute. Um, Yeah, so right now it's gone down a little. So it's at a 2.3, 2.2 million. So there have been some sell-offs. Naturally, in the market conditions right now are very volatile. And that's what we told in our Patreon. Be very careful when you enter this and only put a small amount, But once I think the markets recover, and if they keep doing what they're saying that they're doing, this could do a 500x, right? What do you think, man? Like being, being able to run AI agents through your mobile, being the first of its kind, having such a low market cap. What do you think? 500x valuation wouldn't be wrong, right? Would it?
Yeah, yeah. The thing is that it has a first pass effect when it comes to its AI agent application, right? So first pass effects have first movers. I call it the first pass effect. It has a huge pump mental advantage compared to others, you know? So definitely this is a potential 100x coin, and uh then we can see then how further it could, go from there. But yeah, definitely this shaky OS is something to look into and to consider for a long-term hold. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree. And obviously, don't put too much money, right, because of the low market cap and everything. But yeah, I mean, and if you have a lot of extra powder, by all means, take a bigger risk if you want. But definitely, this is an interesting one. First mover advantage, world's first mobile framework for AI agents, right? So it's got that thing going for it, right? Now this is also created via the Pump Fund app because it's so easy to create tokens, right? But there is a real utility here, a real utility. So that's what makes a difference. It's not a meme coin, you know. Uh, and I think this can do very well. And bro, we were talking about AI agents and games and things like that, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. Like we've given so many cool things. There are metaverses now that are where NPC characters, basically non-playable characters, are going to be AI agents, bro. They're going to have a mind of their own. They're going to be self-learning. So imagine being able to control narratives in a game where the environment changes according to whatever you're doing, instead of the game being static or pre-based on a result, right? Things are going to start running in a way where it's going to be self-running, so the environment is going to change in real action. So your gaming experience playing the same game could be totally different from another person's gaming experience based on the choices you made or whatever you did. Like NPCs are finally going to have a mind of their own. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be a dynamic world that you'd be playing in the video game rather than a static world, you know? So it's very, very interesting. It'll be morphing as you go along, and what's also interesting is that you can actually set up train AI agents. I mean, this is a potential what could happen in the future, that you could train AI agents that then could go and act in the game for you and could also generate you passive income depending on your gameplay, right? In in the game itself, So it's like having a bot play for you in a video game and also earn crypto rewards in there that can be then changed, can be sold and for a stable coin and be used, as money in the real world, So it's a quite an interesting, curious dynamic that can happen over there. It's fascinating. It's like the game Inception, a world within a world within a world, type of thing, you know, the movie. So it's fascinating. Yeah.
So it's very interesting that you mentioned that because I actually have another project that is doing exactly what you're saying. Check this out, man. This is very impressive. They're having basically I want to share this with you guys. Uh, so this is called Alpha Goats. Okay, check it out.
Nice.
They have uh they have their Unleash the Power of AI Gaming, right? Initial agent offering. So 5 days, 1 hour, 46 minutes. This is going to have a public sale that starts 48 hours after the allow list. So you can reserve your spot now. Okay. So you can do it for free, or you can literally there's something called if I click on this, right? See, there's this, or you can like literally allow list, bribe the goat. That's hilarious. So basically, you like on base chain. This is on base chain, by the way. I already told you a long time ago. I'm
All
very big
right.
on the entire base chain ecosystem. But if you click on the allow access to bribe the goat, it's going to connect to your wallet, and basically, you need to have like Ethereum on there, right? And like be spending about $14 worth of Ethereum or something to do the bribe. And
Yeah.
you can do the more bribes you do, right? uh, you know, uh, I think you're able to, or maybe I don't know. I think maybe it's even just with one bribe, you can actually receive a free allocation and VIP access. But I think the more bribes the more chances you have. I don't know. or you can do it for free. So whatever your, whatever luck works. But I really think that, this is worth buying, man, because the concept is so cool. I mean, check it out. So AI agents that work for you 24/7, these tokenized digital champions autonomously compete, earn digital assets, and directly generate earnings from their fan base. Okay. So deploy your alpha goats, build a fan base, start earning the GG token all in under 60 seconds. Activate your 24/7 wealth engine, let your agent play, earn GG, and unlock daily rewards. Grow your following, engage with fans, monetize your audience, and earn more. Alpha capabilities. Alpha Goat are your 24/7 wealth creation agents. So basically, what's really, really fascinating here is that, just a minute, man. I want to show this to you. So if we have a look, so if you see this, introducing AlphaGo, your revolutionary autonomous AI agent that competes, creates, and earns 24/7, right? So imagine owning a team of AI-powered esports athletes that compete, win, and earn for you. So you know how big esports is, right? Like there are
Yeah.
people that are playing. So imagine in the future, and of course that's where the inception is. This is a new revolutionary earning model, man. Like you can literally train these, buy a bunch of AI agents, train them, and let them participate in these esports games, and you're just sitting back, relaxing, and they're earning for you. Like, that's really what it is.
Amazing.
Like that's the future. Like basically, what I think personally is like first is going to be just their platform itself, right? Which is going to be doing this, right? Top agents earn a spot in exclusive live streams where their matches fuel prediction markets. Spectators bet big, and Alpha Go owners earn their share of the fees. So it's like, esports mein jo hota hai. Whatever is happening in esports, right? That's the important thing
Yeah.
to remember. Whatever is happening in esports, that is what's really, really awesome to look into.
Yeah, and
And
esports is huge. Esports is bigger than like even the NBA and the NFL and all that combined,
yeah,
bigger than other sports combined, and it's only going to grow further now,
yeah, yeah.
so it's huge. Yeah,
Yeah, so it
go
says,
on.
watch as your AI AlphaGo takes on a life of its own, carving its unique competitor personality and dominating across Telegram, Discord, X, and YouTube. This is more than gaming; it's a future of entertainment powered by emergent intelligence. Daily automated tournament participation, live stream content with prediction markets keeps fans hooked 24/7. Welcome to the big leagues. Reach pro leagues, earn pro rates. You name it. Own the future of gaming. So this can be massive, bro. I think the potential here is phenomenal, right? The potential here is huge, very, very huge. And
Yep.
they have forged by gaming giants, like their team. See, it's all docs, right? That's their team. And it's basically, from the powerhouse team at Mighty Bear Games, where industry veterans from King, Ubisoft, Disney, and Electronic Arts have crafted 43 successful titles, including partnerships with Apple and Disney. So their track record is, one to look out for. It's right there. So this guy is
Yeah.
Davis. He's a co-founder. He's a product leader at BigPoint, Ubisoft, and King. 20 plus years of lead game development teams. Game development teams. He's got that experience. Co-founder and art director and chief AI officer is he was art director at LucasArts, Gameloft, and King. These companies are no jokes, man. These are big gaming companies. So these guys are coming from a very, very
Yep.
big background, and basically they are building something here which I think is really, really, I think, amazing in my opinion. So in the future, what I think is really what's really going to happen is that we're going to start seeing this sort of thing where basically where we'll see, maybe you'd be able to even transfer your AI agents to other games, you know, um,
Yeah.
and they could be earning for you. So this changes the play to earn model to a whole different level. One was the active participation level, right? The other is the
Yeah.
passive participation level. So I would say buy, let's see, whatever the price is, I would say buy maybe 5 or 10 of these agents, for the long term, and let them see what happens, you know. And I think this is going to be very, very good in my opinion. I have a good feeling about this. So, but so you know, even from a they're I think they're one of the first ones to really bring this concept to light. So let's see where things build from here, because this is going to be another sub narrative in the AI agents category and in the AI sector of crypto as well. What do you think, man? I think it's really insane.
Nice. I think it's huge, definitely huge. And this can be, a game changer when it comes to play to earn, the whole thing you're talking about. So, I mean, that's huge. And as this thing carries on and gains more traction, it'll just become bigger. And this is a good pumpamentals for this project, the fact that it's doing this and it's one of the first, early ones to do this. So definitely something to consider, you know, and it has solid backing, clear-cut docs team. Everybody knows, who they are and whatnot. So it ain't your meme rug pull. It's actually something solid being built here. So this could be a good investment for the long term.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree 100%, man. And I think we've covered quite a bit of ground here, man. But before we, before we get into, one, a couple of, one dark horse that I want to talk about as well. We should talk about XRP, man. What's going on with XRP, bro? Like, there is, what am I hearing? Japan banks on XRP. What's going on here, bro? Any, you want to shed some light on
Yeah,
that?
so XRP is just gaining more and more momentum in a sense, more and more endorsements, and eventually, I mean, it's going to definitely go in that direction. Japan has stated that all their banks, or majority of their banks, are going to be using XRP uh, in this year, right? So this is huge, right? XRP is going to be adopted at the national level, which is what we expect it to. We do expect it to be the Swift of the crypto world, right? To the point where it could even replace Swift in the long run, So this is huge because in order for, with such a big supply, in order for XRP to move in price value, it needs literally billions, if not trillions, to come into it, right? In order for it to move up and to, be a good return on investment as far as a long-term hold is concerned. Now, that can only happen when literally nation states pour their trillions into XRP. Then they can move up. So if we see that, and that too on a global scale. So the fact that Japan have announced this is a positive move towards that movement, right? So if people have like a high volume, if they have a significant chunk of money and they want to have a slow, steady, stable, long-term increase in value, then XRP is definitely a good one to get into because it could do big, you know, increases as more and more countries start to use it, uh, more funds pour into it. Another thing is that it is being rumored that for the United States that the Bitcoin uh, reserve that they're planning to create or that's been talked about will also include XRP into it, right? So XRP is a something to look at and to keep in mind as far as an indicator for global movement into crypto, especially endorsing at the nation state level, right? Because if the countries are going to be accepting Bitcoin, they're going to be accepting XRP. That means they're accepting crypto in general. And that whole industry will move in those directions, will take leaps, you know, in those nation states, in those countries, which is just going to lead to the growth of the crypto industry as a whole. Less than 5% of the world population is using it. So there's plenty of space for growth. And that could lead to a huge rise in valuation regarding a lot of these blue chip and these Bitcoins, but as well as a lot of these smaller altcoins in the long run. So definitely something to look into and keep an eye on. But that's bullish for the crypto industry as a whole. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think we covered a lot of ground today, man. And of course, we also talked about our, my privacy pick, right? Zano, we already talked about that. we talked about everything, and coming to XRP, I think, yeah, there is definitely sentiment here for global adoption. There's definitely things going, and people have given crazy price numbers for XRP. $1,000, $300, right? I think with trillions and trillions coming into this industry, in the next 6 7 years, I really think it could hit those numbers. So if there was one coin that I would say you should keep buying, right? DCing into is XRP, right? For the long run. And I think it could really hit 13 to 15,
Yeah,
$18 this bull run, in my opinion. So that's still a pretty decent amount of number. Of course, it's not the hundreds of X's.
yeah,
So, and then speaking of, I want to before I think before we end this podcast, man, I just want to give one more project that I've been bullish on for more than a year, and this is one that is, I call it the dark horse, and basically this is Neurai. So check it out, man. This is like AI.
yeah,
It's AI meets DeepIn meets everything all in between. So Neurai aims to be the
yeah.
platform
I
for
believe its ticker is XNA. Yeah,
XNA. Yes, yes, that's the one. Harnessing the power of
awesome.
AI algorithms for efficient data analytics, predictive modeling, decision making, and connectivity to Internet of Things devices. So using blockchain assets. So this is still a proof of work project, man. So it's been made by uh, it's made by basically it was born with the clear objective of bringing together the real world through IoT equipment. So it's kind of got the real world narrative in it, it's got the DeepIn narrative in it, and it's got the AI narrative in it, all in one. And basically it's its own blockchain. Now the thing with Neurai is it did very well when it came out, but it's gone down significantly from where it's at. And some people have been really frustrated, and they've decided to just sell it off, and because how impatient people are in crypto, right? And basically they have been working on their white paper. They're updating the white paper. They're developing it, further, because they're actually developing the blockchain further. The team is constantly developing. Is that it's taking its sweet time, to really do things. But right now, with a project like this, fastest, really, really fast transactions, UTXO model, scalability, assets on chain, improved DAA, originally designed for Ravencoin, the mature assert difficulty adjustment algorithm is highly robust and adaptive to hash rate fluctuations, ASIC resistant, all that. They have a very, very nice roadmap as well. For this, this year around, they're gonna be focusing on DEX and centralized tier one and DEX listing in tier one and tier two. Test their satellite, the big code update, stress IoT tests, and so much more. So they're constantly developing. Asimov is their co-creator. And the rest are all, they haven't showed their image, but they've told they have their names. But he is doxxed, and he's active on Telegram as well. He does respond to people. But people have been losing their patience. But I think this is where, when the markets are ready, it's a great buying opportunity, because they really are passionate about what they're doing. And right now it's sitting at a 7,380,000 market cap. This thing went up all the way to 50 million market cap or more, if I remember correctly. And basically, if we see from its all-time low, it's not exactly at its all-time low, but it's like, it's almost there, right? And from where it went here. But if they actually are able to finish and do what they're doing, this could go to really, really big numbers. We're talking about 4 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, even maybe, if they keep building, and they are building right now. So I'm very bullish on it. This is the dark horse. It either runs or it doesn't. That's why I call it the dark horse. But if this dark horse does what it does, the potential here is massive. You tell me, what do you think about XNA, man? We've talked about it quite a few times. What are your thoughts on this project, bro?
yeah. I definitely think that it could surprise us moving forward as more attention comes towards altcoins, but also specifically the category uh, that this is involved in, right? So we can see a lot of things happening here, and this could potentially perform. It's still, in my opinion, a good entry point, right? Not at its lowest, but still not bad. And getting in, putting something that you can afford to lose into it is not a bad idea. And we could see this doing some numbers moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I totally agree. So before we sign off, man, I think we covered a lot of ground today. I think it's been fantastic as always conversing with you. It's always great to get your insight on things, man. Because you really nailed down the chain of mentals, the whatever is going on around the world, how it affects crypto. Your research, and of course you're good with with charts and trading as well, man. And of course you give a lot of that type of knowledge on our Patreon. And do you want to say anything before we sign off, bro?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, bro, talking to you too. And dude, your fundamental analysis is off the hook. It's amazing, man. And you don't really find such a solid, in-depth, detailed fundamental analysis anywhere else. And the the DeFi enthusiast has been giving these amazing fundamental gems in our Patreon, in our group. So we look forward for all of you to benefit from that by joining up, signing up, and becoming a fellow Patreon of the Crypto Ronins, and becoming a Crypto Ronin yourself, right? And becoming part of our, our group. So we look forward to seeing you on the inside.
Yeah, man, 208 gems given so far. A lot of them have been top performers. And I think that's a pretty decent number. And there's going to be a lot more, considering how these markets shift, how things happen. We already talked about some new projects, things that I would have given, we're generous, man. Things that I would have given in Patreon, I still gave them out here, like AlphaGoat, because it's a really interesting one. So Morphware. Remember, we gave it publicly. If people got
Yeah,
in with that, they were already made so much money. And that's one that I'm holding,
exactly.
despite whatever price action, despite it being down from its all-time high. That project is going to last because it's generating real revenue. So that's what sets it apart. And
Yeah, and it'll
yeah,
pump up again.
yeah, and we've given another great one, another solid, I would say, blue chip. Pretty much, it's a blue chip now on Solana. We gave it on our Patreon. You guys should check it out. Yeah, if you wanna know what that is. So it's been a pleasure, bro. This is me, the DeFi enthusiast and the Dire realist, signing out from Crypto Ronins. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Take care. Goodbye.